Hey Virgo, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing your love and separation read for the month of August. I wanted to say thank you for all of the subscriptions, the likes, shares, comments. I appreciate you guys. So let's see what we have for love for Virgo for August. Interlude, a pause, unconditional love, and synchronicity. So somebody's been getting messages from Spirit regarding their relationship. It looks like to me this is a lesson for some of you about unconditional love. Unconditional love doesn't mean doormat love. Doesn't mean, oh, I'm going to do whatever you want kind of love. It just means that you're loving somebody, good or bad. The issue with the doormat situation is the release of the expectation. So you're loving somebody, you want what's for their highest good, no matter if you're in the picture or you're not. So that's something to look at, Virgo, when maybe this month some of you are having those kind of lessons. So let's see what we've got going on. Some of you may be seeing number synchronicities. You may be seeing name synchronicities. You know, the synchronicities come in all kind of fashions. So the most important thing to do is pause and think about what you were thinking about or doing or feeling when the synchronicity comes to you. So let's see what we got for Virgo in love. Okay. There you go, Virgo, trying to hold it down, getting settled. It looks like you've been juggling with some things, maybe some ideas about love. And interlude, taking a break. Maybe there's been a pause put on something, a relationship. Maybe somebody you haven't communicated with them in a minute. And here you are, Virgo, as the hermit. You're kind of, you're kind of pausing something. So let's see what's going on with your partner. It looks like, Virgo, either you or your partner are prioritizing. You're prioritizing things over the love relationship or maybe about the relationship. This may be your partner feeling like, Virgo, there are other priorities happening before them. Or maybe you feel like your partner's not prioritizing you. At any rate, your partner's going to be coming in with this apology about maybe putting things before you. So they're kind of going to be telling you, I'm sorry, Virgo, this is the situation. Of course, this relationship is my number one priority, and you're my happiness. So let's see what's going on with you, Virgo. Again, the idea of bringing an apology. You don't think you're going to be getting an apology for this person, from this person, but what's happening here is you're holding on to something that is a trigger for you that maybe you should let go, right? Maybe there's something in the past that's triggering you're not feeling prioritized. And that's a cycle that you have to complete. That's some kind of lesson cycle that you're going to have to complete. It looks like to me, though, you are moving away from that. So let's see what your partner's blocks are. Let's see what the blocks are for Virgo's lover. Okay, yeah, so forward movement's been halted a little bit. It looks like somebody's focusing on other things. But I don't think this is a malicious situation in which they're focusing on other lovers or something like that. They're just, seems like to me they've got a lot going on. Maybe they may be a little bit preoccupied, maybe tunnel vision. Could be a work project or whatever. But it looks like here they're going to be trying to communicate with you about what that is. The issue here is your person's probably not a great communicator. They seem a little bit disorganized, maybe a little scatterbrained. And so there may be a reason why you're together, right? Because you complement each other in that way. Virgo, you're very organized. Your partner may not, that may not be one of their strong suits. And so it seems like people get put on the back burner with your partner when your partner's actually trying to fit everything in, maybe too many things in at one time. So let's see what your blocks are. I think you want to be very frank with your partner about putting burdens down with having too many things going on. Whatever this is for your partner, this isn't another person. I'm not saying that. But you want to tell them that you don't like being put on the back burner with them. You don't like being in a third-party situation with work or with friends or with whatever it is. And so you want to have a very clear-cut conversation about it. But I think you feel like you're being overbearing or you're overpowering them or you're nagging when you have that conversation. But, you know, if this person loves you, then they're going to be willing to listen and understand and try to fix things that are bothering you. So if you feel like there's a barrier to communication, then maybe that's something else to look at altogether. Now let's see what's going on in between the two of you. Your partner is really, really out of balance, and I think that you're seeing that, and it's causing a lot of issues. All of these things going on are causing a lot of issues between the two of you and in the relationship and in the forward movement of the relationship. And it's gotten to a point in which, Virgo, you're thinking of walking away from this situation altogether. So it looks like to me your partner needs a little bit of a break in their own life. They need to reel in the chaos. So reeling in the chaos is creating borders, right? I mean, barriers, borders, boundaries, okay? Creating boundaries. They need to know when to say no to things in their life. And that may be the lesson that is sort of being put out to them with the chaos bombarding them. They may have to learn to say no. So let's see how your partner's feeling about you, because I'm not seeing any issue here with another relationship or them just not giving a damn. I don't see any of that here. I just see your partner's overwhelmed. So let's see how they're feeling about Virgo. They've made a decision, though, that with the Six of Pentacles, that's sometimes about giving to two. And they've made a decision that they are going to stop that they are going to make a priority of this situation by giving to you, Virgo. And I think that they're not going to move forward with a lot. So when we're talking about setting boundaries, I think your partner's about ready to shut things down. And they may be shutting a lot of things down in their life in order to give this relationship the attention that it needs, which is a good thing. So let's see what they're thinking. They realize, I feel like, you know, when I'm doing this read, I got a lot of pressure in my shoulders and a lot of tension, you know, holding stress there and in my jaw. So I kind of feel like they're feeling the pressure of being overwhelmed and they're just about ready to drop it all. So maybe a little bit of patience, you know, expressing how you feel, expressing what you want, but understanding that, you know, there may be some things they have to wrap up before they can shut things down. But let's see what they're thinking. They want to come to you and have this conversation about how chaotic and how toxic things have become in their own world, which looks like is bleeding over to you. But let's see what this Devil card is. Yeah, I mean, they want this happiness. They want the party. They want the, you know, sitting on the porch at sunset with you. They want those things, but they're having a hard time closing the cycles down. And I think that in their life, what I'm getting is they have, when people are dealing with trauma or hurt or whatever, sometimes they will fill their day up with work or with activities or with whatever in order to distract themselves from the pain. And your person seems like they've gotten into a habit of doing that. And this thing that they tried to put in place to distract themselves has grown so big and so large that they can't do everything. They can't keep up with it all. And so maybe your partner at this point needs to understand that, listen, they don't need that distractor. They don't need that anymore in their life. And so now they have to make moves in order to rid themselves of that busyness that they put in place to avoid dealing with trauma. Let's see what their intentions are. Yeah, they're trying to rid themselves of anxiety. They've gotten themselves into a place in which they're stuck in this hamster wheel. And they want to make plans with you. They want to move forward with you. And they want to get off this train, but they don't know how. And so maybe, Virgo, they need some help organizing or being able to move forward. And I think that you're showing them that by showing them about where their priorities lie. So let's see what they're going to do, Virgo. Yeah, exactly. They put these things in place in order to prevent, as a distraction, right? And so now they're seeing that that's actually working in a more destructive way, because now the distraction is the busyness. And so it looks like to me they're trying to figure out a way how to shut that down. But let's see what they're afraid to tell you. So it's kind of like a helpmate situation, it looks like to me. They feel like, Virgo, that they're afraid that they're not on top of stuff enough for you, that you're not going to think that they have things under control. They're afraid of disappointing you. They're afraid of you thinking that they're not capable, especially in being a masculine energy to you, and men or women, it doesn't matter the gender. But they want to feel like they are on top of things, and they feel like maybe you're not seeing that they are, or they're afraid of disappointing you because they're barely hanging on to stuff. So they want to kind of start again. They want to kind of start eliminating things out of their world to see if that kind of helps progress the relationship. So they're afraid to tell you that. They're afraid for you to see them as incompetent, right? So let's see, what a final outcome can be here, Virgo. So I think, Virgo, why we have the interlude card and why you've put the brakes on here is because you've kind of told them, well, when you have time for me in your life and when you have room for me in your life, let me know. That's kind of, I think, the way you've left it. So let's see what a final outcome can be. Yeah, I think you guys are going to start this up again. It looks like they've been thinking long and hard about what you've said to them, about you not being a priority to them. They want to grow old with you, Virgo. They see this as a soulmate situation. They see this as a lifelong commitment. And they want to spend the rest of their life with you. They just don't know how to go about letting go of the things that are keeping them distracted from you, because it does feel like a rejection to you. But it's not necessarily a rejection to you. They have to create boundaries and get it under control, right? So I think there's going to be conflict, continue to be conflict until this person prioritizes. They do feel trapped, though, in what they've created. But it looks like to me they're going to be seeing their way out of it. They're going to be looking for other opportunities. And you guys are going to have this conversation about it. And you're going to be having this new beginning. So Before you wrap this story up too tight just yet, Virgo, be patient and give them a little bit of room to solve their issue, because this is kind of taking another track. You see it going one way, but it's going to go this way because this person actually is going to make you and this relationship a priority, which is a breath of fresh air, you know, right? So let's see what their next move may be. They've become dependent on this distraction that they've created. They have a lot of regret because now they're stuck and they want to get out of this. Before they were hiding behind it, trying to align themselves again. But now, you know, they're to distract themselves from longing for this former lover. But now they're trying to figure out how to get out of this thing that they've created. So I think the next move is basically they're going to they admire you, they respect you. They were doing a lot of things in their life for themselves, right, for their own gratification. And so I think now, because they do admire and they do respect you, they're going to be trying to figure out how to free themselves from these things that they've created. So let's see what they might want to say to you. What does Virgo's lover want to say to Virgo universe? Let's see. Our beliefs were just too different. I couldn't reconcile mine to yours. But now, you know that their back's up against the wall, so to speak, because you've sort of given them an ultimatum about, hey, you know what, when you have time for me, let me know. And because they do respect what you have to say, now they're trying to figure out how to reconcile those two systems. It hurts to see online that you've moved on with your life. So this could be attributed to this during this break that you're on from them, that you've seen that they've gone out or they've done something like that. Because again, it's triggering this idea that you're not a priority to them. I'm coming to you with an offer. Will you say yes? This is them to you. When I offer my hand, will you take it? So they're serious about coming back and trying to make this a priority. So it just depends on whether or not you're open to receive that. But let's see what the chemistry is like in the bedroom. Two cards falling out here already. It looks like there's a lot of distraction in this person's life, and I'm feeling like, Virgo, you just want the moments to be about you and them. But you feel like they're distracted. You know, when they're there, they're not there, and it's true, and they know that, and they recognize that. And so this is you saying, you know, hey, you know, when is it just going to be you and me? And I think here that, you know, there's a lot of flirting that goes on between the two of you when it's just you and them. But there's some need for control, and there's some need for paring some things down. You know, there's too much going on in this person's life. And you kind of feel like you're meeting them in secret whenever they have a chance, you know, and whenever they can. And it feels like you're stealing time from them, or you're stealing something, you know, because there's so much going on. But let's see what they desire. Oh, okay. They like spontaneity. Okay, spontaneity. We'll just leave it at that. Spontaneity. They like lingerie, or they may like to watch a person undress. And of course, the derriere is a very important part of your body to them. So Let's get some love cards on it and see what's going on. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room, because that's what you're asking for, a space in their life, right? Creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. My beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. Love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. Look inside yourself. Examine what's causing you to feel this way. So again, we talked about a trigger, right? That not only is this triggering them to make some changes in their life, but this may be triggering you to see kind of why you feel like you're not a priority to them. And maybe it's something you've accepted in the past and you're kind of not forgiving yourself for. But let's get some advice cards on it and we'll call it a wrap, Virgo. Chaos in the wind, changes. It seems chaotic to be in this person's energy because they've got so much going on, and I think that's about relevance, right? And blocking of trauma. Lots of chaos. 2 cards about change and chaos. They kind of need to create boundaries and get some things under control. But this, you know, they're closing these cycles out, but this is kind of a meant-to-be situation between the two of you. And you're going to come into a time of peace. When they start shutting stuff down, peace will start entering, and it's going to rejuvenate this relationship better than it was before. So Virgo, that's what I have for you guys, and I'll see y'all later.